Looks like I'm live. I hoping everybody can hear me. I'm hoping everybody can hear the calls that happened today as well. Um, my camera might be a little bit shaky just because I've changed my mount up. It's on the screen now, and the desk. My desk is a little bit shaky, but I'm not going to change my desk. But this angle is a little bit better, so you're not looking up at me and up my nose. But anyway, I'm trying to make sure that everything that I'm connected to um, is working. So just give me a minute here to make sure. I want to make sure that I can hear everything because I need to hear the people answer the phone. Perfect. I heard it. Okay. So today, back at it. Absentee owner prospecting. It's been a crazy morning already. Wrote an offer this morning. I had 5 showings last night that I went to. Um, and right now, I am jumping back in to start my prospecting because I don't want to go a day without prospecting. Just in case you are watching the playback of this and not on the actual live streaming of it, I use these as kind of coaching for myself and also kind of like self accountability, social accountabilities. I guess I put these out here every day. Well, not every day, Tuesday through Thursday. Between 11:30 and 1, I promise to be on making calls. If I'm on the entire time from 11:30 to 1 for that full 90 minutes, then that's great. Sometimes things come up and I can't be on from 11:30 to 1, but I always try to get in at least 45 minutes to an hour of calling. Now I'm using a 2-line dialer so that in that hour of calls, I can get up to 200 calls done in an hour. So um, I am going to log in now. So now I have it to where my screen is here. My screen is here. I got a keyboard here in my mouse, so I can move a little bit more freely while I'm making these calls. And I can do things quicker. But anyway, I'm going to jump in. So my list update, I'm at 2,800 phone calls so far on my list. My list is roughly 3,400 um, phone numbers. So basically, what my calculations is if I'm getting these 200 calls in a day by next week, when I get through all my sessions, I should be through the list and I can start over again. Just started up the dialer. Let's see who answers, see what happens. This is how it goes. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm calling about 7826 Glenda Court. Is that your house? Okay, thank you so much. Gotcha. It's not interesting. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but he said that's his summer home and it's going to stay his summer home. Perfect. You'll notice that, no, no is no. It's not necessarily an objection. Most people look at overcoming objections as like a condition. Can you talk somebody out of a condition? Um, Probably. There's, hello. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about a house on Germain Avenue, 12817. Is that your house? Hey, I just wanted to find out if you wanted to get an equity report on that home to see if it made sense to sell it. That's something you want right now? All right. Thank you for your time. That's it. That's the script. Man, that script is golden. That script is golden. Want to know why? Because you get to the point. You ask them if it's something that they want. The main thing that I want to do is give them an equity report to find out if it's the right time to sell. Is that something that they want right now? Say no, that's a no. The reason why this script is so golden is because if somebody says yes, then it's highly likely, it's a high probability that they're going to sell within the next few months. And that is a hot lead. And that's where I want to go to. I don't want to do reports just to send it out and never hear back from the people and do things like that because I've done that. I've been doing that. Now, don't get me wrong. I've gotten 6 listings off of this list alone, and I'm not through it yet. What I want to get people to do is just simply say, yes, they own the house. No, they don't want the report. Or yes, they own the house. Yes, they want the report. Then I want to get their name. I want to verify their name, their email address, and how much they owe on the home. And that's it. In order to get you the equity report, I need to know how much you owe on the home if there is a mortgage there. Do you have an estimate of what that might be? Boom. That's it. That's how I can calculate the equity based on the comps. And I can put together a net sheet for them within that comp report and email it over. So that's it. Keep your voice tone even. Clean those up so that the next time I go through, I don't call them. And I just keep on rolling. I am watching my screen. And I've been asked before what dialer I use. I use Prospect Boss. Um, I'm actually still trying to like really master the CRM side of Prospect Boss because I think it's really, really good because you can send text messages from it, you can drop voicemails, you can send scheduled emails out, things like that. You can do that too. The main thing that I want to use it for is like when I set my appointments for my calls, so that when I log into it every day, I can see what appointments I have coming up for people that I need to call, and then just storing all the leads and putting them like in hot lead folders and things like that in order to call people back. So that's the main thing that I want to use for. I use Lion Desk, and I like Lion Desk for a lot of reasons. Um, but CRM is only good if you use it. So my biggest thing is always having things all in one place, and understanding that my main thing is phone calls and direct mail, really, like letters, thank you notes, things like that. Mailing out reports around listings that I have and whatnot. Um, that's kind of my main thing. So kind of having it so that it works within what I do, and then I do video emails, and I can use. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 7221 Thomas Avenue South. Is that your house? Why do you say that? Oh, okay. Now, I'm not sure if he had a bad experience. It certainly wasn't with me. It was my first time calling him, but he said I was rude for some reason. Probably just because I'm calling him. Um, when people are rude to you, I would say don't take it personal, but it is personal because they're mad at you. That's the bottom line. They're mad at you. They don't like the fact that you called them. But you just got to shake it off because you can't please everybody. And if you're going to choose to do business this way, hello, if you're going to do business this way, you're going to run into people like that. Just the bottom line. But all that means is he's not in the market for a real estate agent right now. He's not looking to sell. Maybe he doesn't even own that house anymore. You know what I mean? So that could be the case too. You just never know. You literally you never know. You never know what the situation is. He could be sitting there and he could have just gotten the worst news ever. And here I am interrupting his call. You don't know what people are going through. So if he had stayed on and I asked him why do you say that? Why do you think I'm rude? Maybe he would have answered. And I would have said, okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'll remove you from my list. Clean it up. Look, like I'm super excited to get through this list. I actually want to clean it up and get a new list. Hello. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 2104 Garnet Lane. Is that your house? I wanted to offer you a free equity report on that house to see if it made sense to sell it. Is that something you want right now? All right, thank you. I meant to mark that as wrong number. Whoops. Um, yeah, so um, books, the books behind me, I have three books that I like that changed my life when it came down to to prospecting and to just dealing with clients. Start with no, never split the difference. The compound effect, meaning that every something that you do every day builds momentum. And then the one that changed my script, I'll show you this. See that? High probability selling. High probability selling. The the title would lead you to believe that you're like hard selling people to get their business. But what you're actually doing is you're getting through the nose quickly with a really quick script and getting people to tell you no, so that you can only deal with the high probability prospects that you'll be working with. So, and then the other one is this: How to Become a Rainmaker. Now, look, these books are from like the 80s, but they still hold true today. Everything that they do, everything that they talk about still holds true today. And I know I'm off camera right now. That's all right. I'm just setting them up on my desk because those are the books that I'll constantly be looking through. The other one that I'm reading right now too is Ogilvy on advertising, and he's like an advertising guru. And all that stuff holds true today as well. It's just that now we're advertising on the internet, online, things like that. Still doing direct mail though, so that works too, and everything like that. So those are the books that I kind of stick to when I go through. Like I listen to coaches and things like that too. Listen to coaches and things like that too. But these books just keep everything flowing, and I literally thumb through them, go to a different spot every day and try it out. This script that I'm using with the equity report, I just use it over and over again. And just try to find people that would say yes to it. Now, I'm glad you're hearing this because you'll see that no list is 100% accurate. Now, some of these people, the number was tied to the house, could have been a landline. They've sold it, they moved on. But I'll tell you what, so far, I think by my calculations, this list has been about 85, 90% accurate. It's not a landline, it's a cell phone. And I've also noticed that the further that I work down the list, the more that I hear that the number's been disconnected. And I think that's because some of these are dialing properties that I dialed earlier on the list and it might be still attached. So, and my nose itches. Yep, allergies killing me. Air quality's been horrible. Wildfires in Canada blowing smoke down. But this is why it's good to have a dialer because you can get through these quickly. What else? Don't leave voicemails, especially for calls like this. Maybe, just maybe, if it was an expired or for sale by owner, I'd leave a voicemail. Um, but typically, I don't leave voicemail on these because they're going to get calls from me probably once a quarter on this list, and because of that, I don't want to be more of a nuisance than I already am for this. But this is good to get through these because now when I go back through this list, the list itself becomes a higher value list after getting through those the first 3,400 calls. Now it's taking me much, much longer than I wanted to get through this list because I fell off. I saw a little success from the list, got busy, got some buyers from my listing, and lost sight of what got me. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 5 West 33rd Street. Is that your house? Okay, thank you. Actually seeing those. Yep, you see my camera's wobbling because I'm leaning on it and working my mouse. Um, People will let you get through your script. That's a good sign. And you keep it short. Really, it's like 30 words or less is what you want your initial cold call script to be. Um, People talk about like relationship building on a cold call. It's not. It's not possible. It depends on the personality type. Really, it depends on the personality type of the person that you're calling, not you, but the person that you're calling. I've jumped on a call and I've said my script, and somebody just got to rambling about all the things that they want to do with the house or what they thought or what they do, and then they end up talking to you and you do different things and you get them all excited about listing or selling or something like that, and then you have a relationship there, and maybe they have a relationship with another agent, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but you know that happens sometimes too. But most of the time, you're not going to build that relationship based off of the cold call because they don't know who you are. And 9 times out of 10, they're probably annoyed that you even called them because they've already gotten calls about this property from so many different types of people. So my main thing is this: you build a relationship off of performing your duties and building that trust. And then they're like, okay, well, we like you, so we're going to do this. So, for example, one of the listings that I got is actually closing next week. One is closing tomorrow, one is closing next week. And the owners of that place that I'm selling, that's going to be closing next week, are actually now using me to purchase two new investment properties. So not only did I get the listing, but then I got buyer client in order to get two more listings. And those listings are a significant value. 300,000 is what they sold the property for. 215. They want to buy two more places for 300,000 each. So, you do the math with the commissions, whatever splits you do. And I'll tell you right now that that one transaction alone, that one relationship that I built off of this list is paying for the list 15 times over already. So very worth it. One thing that I will say right now is you see it scrolling across the screen, going that way, whatever way it's going. Click the link in the description. I have it down there. Use discount code Wallace and you'll get 15% off of your list of absentee owners to call. You'll just go to the site, enter in however many zip codes that you want to do. You can see how many leads you can potentially get. Enter the discount code, purchase your list. You'll get it within 24 hours. And once you get it, you can load it up into your dialer and you can do exactly what I'm doing. Do the exact same thing, literally. Yes, you're going to hear no a lot. You have to hear no a lot. But then when somebody says yes, that means they're actually ready to do something. So that's how my script is crafted that way. Because I've had times where I've said, would you be, would you want to sell it, in the near future, or if it makes sense to you? I'll put together a report. They say, sure. You do the report. And granted, the report doesn't take me all that long to do, but you do the report, and then they ghost you. They ghost you. You literally never hear from them again. They might answer your phone call a couple times on accident, and then you end up talking to them. But like the goal is you set your appointment to call them back next day or the day after, and then you want to keep following up, but you want to set the appointment to call them. Like, what's the next step? So when should we talk again? Got your calendar, Andy? Great. Those are rainmaker questions. for now, we wait. A lot of times it's silent. There are dialers that play music in your ear while you're waiting. I usually have music playing in the background, but if it's right in my ear, it's kind of distracting. I've tried it. Like I've tried having music playing while it goes, while the dialer goes. Hi, this is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 20146 Hollister Lane. Is that your house? Okay, thank you. I promise you I'm not like shaking because I'm nervous and shaking because hello? If you are watching this right now on a replay, or if you caught it live, leave in the comments how you get business on a regular basis. I'm not asking you that because I have doubts in what I'm doing, because I know that if I do this consistently, I can probably get uh, 1 to 2 listings every single month, month over month, just by doing this, just by calling that. And for me, that's enough. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to blow this out of the park and do anything crazy, because in fact, I do have another listing coming on August 9th from this list. Um, so like that's enough for me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't do anything. And I might even end up double ending that deal, which is great. Um, but how do you get business? Is it direct mail? Is it social media? Are you uh, what paying like Google ads, Facebook ads? Um, Basically, are you just working off of referrals? Do you pay Zillow for leads? Like whatever you do, no judgment here. Like whatever you do, no judgment here. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm curious to know, and then also, does it get you the results that you want, right? Like how many deals do you get a year strictly from that you can equate back to your activity in order to get the listing, right? And I say that because listings are really the backbone of my business. It may not be for yours. Um, a lot of people like working with buyers. I have an opinion on what may happen to buyer agency over time, because there's certainly nothing wrong with working with buyers. My business is 60% listing, 40% buyers. So I work with buyers, and I'm not one of those people that are going to say turn buyers away and don't work with them. Maybe one day within my brokerage, I will have a buyer agent, somebody who is a specialist and works with buyers, and I can refer them to that person in my company. But right now, I work with them. I drive around, I show houses. Um, Sometimes I drive them around, show houses. Not sure how long I'm going to be doing that with different strands of this virus coming back and all that stuff. But let me know what you do. What kind of leads does it get you? Does it get you listing leads? Does it get you buyer leads? Because even if you, like, a lot of my online advertising and things like that is centered around buyers, but you get listings from that because a lot of times there's this statistic out there that says like 50 or 55% of buyers also have a home to sell. So you end up getting listings from that too. But you have to choose the relevance. You have to choose the relevance when you're advertising. And a lot of times, buyer ads are much more relevant to online advertising than, let's say, you do like a home valuation thing I don't get very many leads off of those because people don't want to enter their personal information for that. But for information for another home, they'll text a number, um, they'll do text code, they'll do whatever, and it will be, something that you can get leads off of. So, let me know if you see this, whenever you see this, whenever somebody sees this, let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to keep calling for another 25 minutes. It is 12:30 right now. So people can be eating lunch, people can be doing whatever. People are going back to work, so they might be busy. But I found that with this list, calling like afternoon, evening, those are the best times to get in contact with people. And matter of fact, and as a matter of fact, once I'm done with this, I have an offer to write up. Hopefully, it gets accepted on the houses that I showed last night. So, bottom line is, you get to your commissions however you can to make a living. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to tell you. I was kind of thinking. Now that I have my script, I don't have to think about the script as much anymore. Like when in between calls, like what I'm going to say next time, because I know I'm just going to say the same thing and get to that no answer. Um, but one of the things is that so with Prospect Boss, I subscribe to their circle prospecting tool, which gives me phone numbers within a radius around listings and things. Hello, around listings and things like that, so I can pull up a bunch of phone numbers like that. Usually they're pretty accurate too. Um, and if I do if I do end up doing any circle prospect or anything like that, um, that's what I would use. That's what I use. It's right here in the dialer. I can just pull it up and it'll I can import it directly into it and just start calling. Um, do I see success with circle prospecting? I see some. I see some. I like this. I kind of replace this absentee owner calling with getting the call back. Hello, this is Blake. I don't know why that happens. People call back and then it's dead silent on the other line. But I've had some success with circle prospecting, but I've replaced this calling with my circle prospecting, to be honest with you. And then from there, I've started I have some signs on the way. I started using signs again just to put a name there, just to put a name in the area that I'm calling. And then typically what I'll do is once I get a listing, I'll send out every single day. Um, Once I get the listing, I'll pull up a list, and every single day I'll send out 6 reports to the area around there so that they'll get that in the mail. They'll see my name on the sign, and they'll see hopefully see that it's coming soon and it's sold. But it's not like a just listed card. It's not a coming soon card. It's a literal report, just like I send these folks on their properties. And it's just with a simple note saying, I thought you might want a current BPO broker price opinion on your property. I send it once, send it to 100 people in there. So 5 a day or 6 a day around there. Get through what, about a month. Around about a month, I'll get through that 100, that list of 100, which is around the time that you put it on the market, get it offered, get it sold. So then they'll end up getting that, and then they can go back and say, "Oh, I got this from your agent," blah blah blah. And then they'll see the sign, so they'll see my name there, and they'll go through that. And that is the extent. That is the marketing that actually works for me. The online marketing, it doesn't give me. I mean, look, the people I'm working with now, as far as buyers that I'm writing an offer for, they came to me through social media. It was a Instagram ad for a listing that I did. It came through like HomeSnap. They do like the subscribe and save deal, which I canceled. I paused it for now, but I might bring it back because I don't feel like creating my own. And you'll get leads from that from time to time, but I don't really follow up on those because a lot of times it's like somebody clicked it, they put Mickey Mouse at noemail.com or something in there, so you can't email them back. The phone number is never the correct number or anything like that. So usually I'll just send a message, hey, hope you got what you needed. Are you currently looking to sell a house before you buy, or what's your story? And then I just wait. And then these people ended up coming back, send me an email saying we're looking for a house, we're ready to go. And so now I'm helping them to find a house. But when it comes to listings, this and then that kind of mini farm process that I do, because if I don't have any listings, I'll go back to that mini farm, do it again, send another one, and things like that, just go over that. And it just kind of keeps me in those areas. And, it works. Is the printer ink and everything else kind of expensive to do and is it time consuming? Yeah, I mean, I go to the post office every day, every single day. I mail my letters first class. Um, why don't I do it all at once? Why don't I mail them all 100 all at once? Well, I might do that one day. I might get them like bind it professionally, just kind of send it out. That way people can hold on to them for longer. But right now I just do it on regular paper and fold it up, put it in an envelope and go. Drop a couple business cards in and go. I'm going to be changing my business card to have a QR code on it with a video introduction of myself and my business. And so that when people get my business card, especially because QR codes are becoming like it's a thing now. Like people saw them before, but it's a thing now because of COVID. Menus and stuff like that, all that stuff is QR codes. So people are like now familiar with how to work the QR code situation. So hit the QR code, see it, all of a sudden I pop up and there's a call to action on there. How cool is that? Email me, send me a message, say, hey, do whatever, do that QR code, and it'll go. Doesn't go to my website, like it'll go. You can start an email, you can start a conversation with me. Click the link below, start a conversation with me, let me know if this is something that you found helpful. If you like to tell in the near future, I'd love to help. Boom. That's the message, and it goes that way. And that's how you stay top of mind. Go that way. Like my business card, my next batch of business cards is going to be very simple, black and white QR code on there with the video thing. So somebody goes, they get it. Oh man, slick thing. Do your thing. Then they see me. Now that's a relationship built. Now it's like I walked right into their living room. No longer than a minute. And that's how it goes. That's literally my advertising. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the year, I'll do the calculations as far as how much I spent on mailers and all that stuff. But I know for this is no more than a couple $1,000s a year. And I can just do this. Keeping in contact with my sphere of influence, monthly emails from time to time, stuff like that. Some of my people follow me on social media, so they. Hi, Matt. This is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 16318 Shadow Circle. Is that your house? Yeah, 16318 Jados or Jados Circle here in Lakeville. Gotcha. Hey, I wanted to talk. I don't. I don't know how I would. All right. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time, man. Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 505 South 10th Street. Is that your house? I just wanted to give you a quick call here. I wanted to offer you a quick equity report on that home to see if it made sense to sell it. Is that something you want right now? That makes sense. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking my call today. Yep. Bye-bye. So that person said they have somebody that's in there with a lease, might come up next spring, whatever it may be. They're not looking at doing it right now. So they're not interested at the moment. What do you do with that? You mark them as not interested at the moment. But let's best believe when it comes back around, you give them a call. I mean, you just give them a call again at some other time. You know what I mean? Let it be a few months, a couple of weeks, or something like that. The person before that, he's a real estate agent. He said, "I'm a real estate agent too. Did you know that?" I'm not sure how I would. And I always say that to people. I always say that to real estate agents. No, I don't. I'm not sure how I would know. And then that usually backs them up because they tend to, um, like other agents, if another agent calls them, it's always like this dick measuring uh, sort of thing. And I don't really play that game. So if they, when they say that, I usually say, no, I didn't know that. I'm not sure how I would. Then they start to get a little whatever, whatever. And I just said, thanks for your time. Because basically, as a real estate agent, he's not going to work with another agent to sell it. And I don't know how long he's going to be in business. And I may have mispronounced the street name. That's why he said, what was the address again? I said, so then the next time I said, Jados or Jados? I don't know. But is that your house or not? Sure, you didn't pronounce it right the first way either. Jados in Lakeville. Like, I mean, I live here, but I don't know every street name in freaking Lakeville. So, Um, yeah, so that lady, a lot of people would like clamor and jump and do all this stuff like that. Let them tell you what they want to do and say, okay, thank you, way. Thanks for taking my call. Um, I will look them up and send her a thank you note to say, thank you for your time on the phone. When the time is right, give me a call. And when the time is right, maybe they'll give me a call. If not, they won't. I remember the name and I remember the address that I just marked not interested, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to give it another few minutes. I'm actually going to go pull that card up. Um, but I didn't like mark it as a warm lead, cold lead, whatever, because it's not a lead yet in my book. It's just not. So, and in fact, go back here, contacts and leads, and see the guy that I just spoke to, who said he was a real estate agent. Like, did you know that? See, it shows you how big the egos are in real estate, where people think that because they have a real estate license, everybody's supposed to know, uh, like who they are, and I have no idea who you are. How am I supposed to know that? You now know that I am, but I see that it's also kind of them trying to be like a smartass, because they just don't, they really don't want to take the call and do that. And I was like, yeah, all right, well, thanks for your time. It's cool. Now, the good thing about that is what you don't realize is that you're building credibility in yourself as you let people tell you no, and then you just move on instead of trying to pester them into telling you yes for something. Because basically, what they're going to do is the next real estate agent or person that calls them and they say no, and they stay on the phone, they're going to go back to the conversation that you had where they said no and you just let them go, or they told you that somebody's in there and it's just not the time for us, and you let them go. You didn't say, oh, when's that? You didn't pry. So then when you call them back, they'll say, ah, man, I remember. And then you send a note, a nice little note saying, thank you for your time. Call me when the time is right. You also don't sound needy, and you go that way. So, okay. So that one, my notes aren't always the same, but that one just says, thank you for your time on the phone. When the time is right, give me a call in service. And then I sign my name. And I always put my phone number on the card. And I also put my business card in there. So, and the beautiful thing about this list is that the, uh, I have the actual, not just the property address, but I have the homeowner's address as well, like the actual address of the people that own it. So when I send these letters, these notes, I can get it to the right people. And when the time is right, they can give me a call. Who knows when that might be? But my stamp on there. Turn address stamp. None of that. Instead of writing it out, just put it on there and stamp it. Boom. Then I put my mailing stamp on there. Y'all getting all the shaky camera angles and everything. That's cool. Boom. And that's going out. That's into one. Like if you have a good conversation with somebody, send them a thank you. You know what I mean? Why not? If I didn't have a good conversation with anybody, I wouldn't send no thank you notes. But anyway, that's the end of the session here. I am now at I left where I left my list, so I don't know how many calls I actually made today. But that's cool because I'm probably gonna be still calling tomorrow too. Probably gonna call on Saturday. It just won't be live here because I'm gonna go ahead and edit this and put it out there so people can see it and get that attention that everybody wants so much on social media or whatever else. See what that does for me. But anyway, hey, appreciate you for watching. Tune back in next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11:30 to 1. I'll be here doing this. Signing off.